Views from the friend zone, it's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine. Views from the friend zone, it's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Views from the Friend Zone podcast. It's your boy Real Talk Marv. Happy Sunday, y'all. Who we got in the building with us? It's your boy Cliff Brockman.
Listen, man, mic check 1 2. You know the vibrations. Regular mic, aka El Snacko, aka Young Trail Mix, aka Stimmy Fallon. We here. We here.
Yes, man. And you know, regular Mike is family, and he was a guest before, but you know, now it's gonna be a little more time for him to get his own spotlight. He ain't competing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Are you ready to be considered a public figure yet? Or
I don't know, kid.
Is that title a little too spicy? I always think about that.
I don't know, but nah, I ain't ready yet.
Yeah.
I ain't ready.
I don't know if my follower count is enough to be considered public figures and stuff like that. But it's just like, this was when and someone probably be like, yo, who the fuck is he to be seeing public figure, right? But you see mad joints who don't put out no content, nothing. They just have a couple of pictures that dude like, and now they public figures. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I think you get benefits from changing your shit to public figure, though.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's benefits to that account. I don't know if it's an account setting, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
But nah, let me get the 2K and then we can talk.
Okay. So now I think about that sometimes, right? Because it's just like, what made me kind of think about that is, on numerous occasions, I've been in spots where someone randomly like, yo, you have that podcast, right?
Word?
I'm like, yeah, and
that's what's up.
And it's dope, right? Because it's not like, you know, it makes me gas or something like that, but it's just like you feel like you borderline on public figure. You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to pull out that PF? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, if somebody spots you in the street, that's different. You know, I ain't get that yet.
No, someone spot me in the street one time. Someone spot me at a wedding. Was just like, yo, But that was from a previous, you know, podcast that I did. I'm not gonna promote them, but you know what I mean. But it kind of made me start to say like, "Yo, am I tiptoeing to public figure?" You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yo, happy Sunday, y'all! It's good to do another show. Blessed to be here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about a myriad of different things. You know what I'm saying? Regular Mike, besides for being a snack aficionado, a sneakerhead, like yo, he's like the hood's most interesting man in the world. Let me tell you why. My man could school you on snacks, sneakers,
check,
sports,
check.
You know what I'm saying? All that. Like, you know, he's a man you can have a conversation with. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude you want to have the water cooler talk. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about
barbershop talk.
Barbershop talk.
Okay.
We're going to talk about serious stuff. We're going to talk about not so serious stuff. You know me. This is the time when I start talking about thought season. If you haven't listened to the podcast before, you know thought season is exciting. Even though I'm not in the game, thought season is AKA, you know,
here you go.
Right before sundress season, right? Because sundress season is the season that all men love.
That's a fact.
Whether you in the game or not, sundress season is kind of season where it's a pleasant thing to look at.
Listen, I already told the ladies to clip up with the sundresses, the yoga pants.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean?
And they got that new yoga pants they selling that kind of make the shorty's butt look like strawberries and shit like that.
Nah,
you know
I'm not
feeling
that.
You're not feeling those? That's the new wave. Like, even if you got nothing there, that kind of helps you out.
I mean, listen, the optical illusions, I ain't with it, man.
Okay. Yeah. He, you know, and not to put too much of like, you know, off the scene, on the scene and stuff like that, but everybody know all men have like group chats or,
of course.
Or group DMs in Instagram and stuff like that, and you share certain things like that. Mike like his woman all natural. The enhancements don't work for him.
Now it's not necessarily that the enhancements don't work. It's just that like when it's too much, I can't get jiggy. I can't. Like I don't want to be fucking mind fucked. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I see you got a little knife. That's cool.
Yeah.
But don't come in here looking like on some cartoon shit. Like I can't do it. But some people love it. I ain't gonna knock it. It's just not for me.
The cartoon joints, their numbers run up to the millions.
That's because most people like it, man.
But you know what it is, and that was I always have a conversation with Big Bro about it. He's a fan of getting the best of the best when it comes to the cartoon characters. This more.
Listen.
But what I tell him, he's a fan of it. But what I tell him is this: like, I like to look. Listen, looking ain't nothing wrong with looking. You know what I mean? As long as your eyes working, it's okay.
Of course.
Right? Acting is the problem. But I always tell them like, yo, we live in a society now like you can't even appreciate a natural woman anymore. A girl can have what you like, and you like the first thing you question is like, is it real? It's sad when you gotta question. She might be a dope chick, everything, and then you got.
See, that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Listen, she might be a dope chick, everything, and then you gotta ask. You're gonna eventually want to ask her like. It's not that crazy important, but you want to be like, damn, it's shitty natural.
But my thing about it is like this, I always have to say I'm out of the game, so I don't really care. But that's the visuals, right? Because I'm just a visual dude. So sometimes Clifford said, right, the cartoon character, the this waist, this. But to me, it's funny, it's intriguing. But at the same time, my thought about it also is just like, yo, it's like. That's not real, but at the same time, it's entertainment. To me, it's like watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to match DNA with these joints. You know what I'm saying? or procreate and create children.
But,
so it's just nice to look at.
But the thing about it is, and I'm not shitting on anybody. Get your money how you get your money, as long as it's legal and you're able to push it that way. I'm cool with it. But what I'm saying is you scaring the next generation of young girls whose body is not going to come up like that. Yeah, so now it's like, I lift weights, I do this, whatever, too, boom. But I'm not out there saying, yo, I'm going to go to DR and cut my stomach up to make sure the six-pack. Like,
they doing it.
They doing it, but the thing about it is, social media and what's going on is killing the young generation because they really think like, oh, this is what I gotta do, whatever, instead of just living a life and then making that drastic change. Right. That's what's scary. And I can respect that you said you can't get jiggy with that, whatever, too. Listen, I look at it all day. I don't want to be a hypocrite on the side of saying, look at, but when I'm like, damn, like everybody look like, everybody look the same now. Nobody want to be themselves. I never grew up as a dark-skinned man and said, yo, I want to be light-skinned. I want to, you understand what I'm saying? It's a scary thing to me.
It's the crazy thing about it is, like, I'm glad you brought up the light skin thing because we three chocolate brothers in here, so we could speak on that. Before we continue, shout out to Open Shirt Poppy, our regular guest and stuff like that. He's taking care of family business. It's college time. He has a college bound daughter and stuff like that, so he's taking care of family business. We love you, bro. We'll see you next show.
That's a fact.
This is our 99 episode. You know what I'm saying? From the 99 to the 2000. So this is our prep to before we jump into our 100th episode, but it's good to have such a entertaining guest. Another thing I want to say is as far as like with Thought season getting prepared, I'm out seeing a pride of thoughts, like a pride of lions and stuff like that walking around, but on that same notion as well, it's just like it's tough because it's like it's not the regular getting ready for the summer. Maybe we'll have that in 2022 because we still got COVID around the corner.
They outside though. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. People outside. People are not hanging on to the regulations. I would have to say that if you listen to the show a couple months ago, I said I don't know if I was messing with the COVID-19 vaccine, and I actually got I got my first shot last week.
How you feeling? You good?
Good. Nothing. I know some people who got it and they started to feel sick.
The first one, I've been hearing a lot of arm soreness.
My arm was sore for 3 days, but outside of that,
that's it. The second one, get ready.
Yeah, I heard the second one put you on your ass.
Get ready, because I heard some stories.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really kind of prepping for. And if people were just like, if you was against it, what changed your mind? I did see Magic take the vaccine, so that put me a little comfort because I told you Magic was the face. Yeah. I was gonna rock with it. So, but at the same token, it's just like you. And I'm not one of those people who's doing a PSA for you to get the vaccine. Everybody got to make their individual choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a PSA.
No. To me,
Real talk, Marv.
I had to make steps towards getting back to normal. I want to travel. You know what I'm saying? I got trips lined up for the summer. I've been inside all 2020. I was inside. Clifford be like, yo, when things started opening up, look, yo, you want to meet me at the sports bar? I'm like, nah.
You wasn't with it?
Nah, I was inside, yo.
I can't do it. Like, one thing about me is I did 2 months home when COVID first started. I took off the job, whatever, too, because I have underlying condition. I wanted to make sure home was right.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot about, listen, I'm married me. I learned a lot. 2 months straight at the crib. This is something. I felt like I was in the trap.
Spooky.
I was like,
it got spooky for a lot of people.
It got real situations going on.
COVID either made your relationship stronger or made you realize that I'm with someone that I only supposed to enjoy part-time.
Yeah.
The hours after work, spooky hours in the bed, and then we split our go ways. You know what I'm saying? So I got my first vaccine. Like I said, I didn't feel sick. I have to follow up in a couple of weeks. I'll report back when we do our next episode how I felt about it. But I heard it's been putting people on their ass.
So check this out. You know you get a free donut at Krispy Kreme, right?
Yeah.
See,
now listen, if you don't fuck with Krispy Kreme, we talk off
air. Snack plug.
We talk off air. I could take that car. I could do some things with that.
You know what? Also, so I want to give you, before we get into the show, we like to talk about current events, things like that. I want you to talk about some of your interests, the things you got going on. Give us some snack scenarios, snacks to put on and stuff like that. Just run through some of your
Well, listen, man. I got a gang of aliases, you know what I'm saying? Young Trail Mix is one of them. Yeah. Young Trail Mix, because y'all know what Trail Mix is, right? Yeah. It's a bunch of different shit in the bag, right? That's me. You feel me? Yeah. That's me. So, you know what I mean? I'm back on my snack shit heavy though. I took a month off. I took the month of March off of snacks. Okay. Because I had to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get my body together. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be out here looking like Ric Flair.
I'm not with the set.
You feel me? Like,
I eat clean till Memorial Day because I really want to be outside. So I feel
you. He flapping up. We're playing 70. He been cooling in the game for a minute.
I feel that, but I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be out here because I still hoop a little bit. So I'm not trying to be on a break and my titties is bouncing. I ain't with it. So I took a month off the snacks. I still ate a couple things, but for the most part, no cookies, no donuts and all that. Yeah. So I'm back strong for April. Okay. You know what I mean? So I just did a snack review on popcorn. Check that out on my YouTube. Yeah. And I'm easing back into the game. I got a couple things lined up, as far as the snack game go, but
so taking it light. If you follow Regular Mike on IG, give them the name and where they go follow you for.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Regular Mike. That's Mike spelled with a 1, so that's regular M1KE. Okay. I be on there doing daily videos, talk my shit, you know, about any and everything. I got a YouTube channel as well, regular space M1KE, long form content. Yeah. But I'm just trying to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying the process 100%.
Definitely.
And I'm looking to take it to the top if I can. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So, if you listen to this, go subscribe to his YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube. Now you should be already following the IG. So tap into that. But like you voiced frustration with the sneaker lottery game. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's frustrated, and it's a lick a lot of people have, right? Because,
sneaker game is cooked, man.
Because there's bots and there's all kinds of things
in
the resale market. So
sneaker game is done, champ.
What was the recent sneaker release that kind of soured you or bothered you and stuff like that?
All right, so this past Saturday they dropped some Jordan 1s, right? Yeah. Hyper Royal is the color. Yeah. Okay. Now if y'all don't know, Jordan 1s is like the top Jordan right now.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but it is.
I like the one. The thing about the ones is it's a look that you can diverse to anything with the one.
Yeah, it's like
it's a crossover. You could wear
a
blazer.
It's a fancy uptown to me.
No, you could. No, it's not. To me. If you know the sneaker game, I'm not heavy.
I have a couple, but that's how I
got a lot of sneakers. So I know. Yeah. The Jordan 1, you could put the blazer on it, and it could do that. Yeah. It's a mix. You could go to an event with a blazer and the Jordan 1s, and people wouldn't question it.
It's the casual.
Some Jordan, you can't do that.
Yeah, of course. The ones are clean.
So the Jordan 1 is the top Jordan right now, right? So the Hyper Royal came out now. Now, something about me with this sneaker game is I'm a little different. Like some people like to get fly. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They get different colors and all that. Yeah. That's not how I got into the sneaker game. I got into the sneaker game on the back of sports. Okay. So I'm interested in sneakers because I'm interested in sports. So all my favorite athletes, or even the top athletes in the game, their shoes is the ones I want. Like you know, back in our day, we all around the same age. We only had about 3 colorways of Mike's. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Mike wore all of them.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So if Mike ain't wear it, I don't want it.
But not so many different
wearing orange, yellow. I'm like, hold on,
it's nasty.
They got the cross color Jordans with all the match.
But it's nasty.
Can I make a sidebar comment?
Some of y'all got them Canal Street jump offs going
bro,
and out.
Listen.
You killing the game and you killing the fans with that bullshit.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. The sneaker game is cooked.
It's really cooked.
Because the every man don't have access to shoes anymore because it's such a big business,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember that Nike exec son had to retire because her son was using her discount to do his own.
Some of these cross color shit that Mike never put out, bro. Y'all niggas get too advanced. Nas cooked Noriega.
Listen.
Nas cooked Noriega.
I didn't know about that.
You didn't see that?
No. He's hold on, fam.
I'm gonna tell a story real quick. So Nori,
let you go.
Nori, if you follow Nori on the gram, Nori is Jordan man. Like he got all the flavors. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Him and Fat Joe's serious.
Jordan man. So he tried to come at Nas neck because Nas had a pair of Vans on. Now fly niggas, I know how y'all give it up. Fly niggas don't rock Vans. They think it's a cheap foot.
No,
you know what I mean?
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you there.
I do a Van.
You could listen. I could go deep in with all this shit, but I still fuck with Van. Vans is comfortable for me too. I like the comfort of the Van.
And it's like when you wear a Van, it's just simple shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to kill the game. You're trying to look good. Yeah. And there's certain fits you could do a Van with. But go ahead.
Listen, I don't call myself regular Mike for nothing. I do a Van. You know what I mean? A little low key. You know what I mean? You don't want to always go athletic. So anyway, so Nas had on the classic Van, right? Yeah. Nori was like, Queens niggas don't wear Vans. Nas felt attacked. So Nas was like, yo, check this out. You got on these green Jordans. Michael Jordan ain't wear these, man. What the fuck are those? So I was like, Nas, I'm here.
Niggas stop. And niggas figured, he's right. Cause some of you guys with the Jamaican colors, you need to stop.
Listen.
Y'all going too far with it though.
Listen,
y'all looking cute for the gram, but Jordan didn't wear those.
Listen, I'm gonna take it to another level. Like knowing how to dress, it's a different ball game. And I never fancy myself as anybody who knew how to dress. If you see my video on the Jordan 1s, I said it like, I'm not fly enough to get these fucking colors off. You heard? Like, you gotta be a different type of nigga to get certain niggas off, certain colors off.
Can I completely derail the conversation to say one thing?
Let's do it.
I think, honestly, besides for what you saw with your eyes if you old enough, another reason why people will never let LeBron be better than Jordan, because of the sneakers, yo. The influence of the sneakers, besides Jordan was great anyway, but the influence of the sneakers, because I'll argue with 11-year-olds. Oh, Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. You can't tell me nothing. My G, you wasn't born when he retired.
But
let alone knowing his game.
They saw Last Dance though.
Because Last Dance. But even you think the kids had patience to watch Last Dance? It being documentary.
The Last Dance blew up the 1. That's why the 1 went so crazy because they seen Mike playing in it now. Yeah, you know what I mean.
The sneakers are legendary.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But listen, Mike is a legendary player.
Yeah.
But Mike ain't the reason. Mike is not the sole reason. You see what I did right there, right? Sole reason. Mike is not the sole reason that Jordan's is rocking right now. We gotta give credit to guys like Kanye West because Kanye was rocking retros before Mike was retroing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we gotta give credit to like hip hop really.
Yeah.
And Bron is not really doing he's not really he's still playing.
Yeah.
I think once he retires, his sneakers will get more value as far as. But listen, nobody's gonna top Mike.
But Bron shits.
He got some shit.
I like the shit I got, whatever. I like that version. But Bron shit don't cross over into where you could go to the day party and kill the game.
Yeah, because his shit is bootish.
Yeah. His
shit is bootish.
Performance looking joint.
His shit is more like you at a good sporting event and then got some.
Yeah, you get the shit over the fit, a good t-shirt.
The reason why Mike crossed over because hip hop took so much involved with it, and you could really go day party and like, damn, them just looking hard.
You get a mic off.
You know what I mean?
Patent level. Mike killed them with that.
I did a video on the MJs and shit like that. How much the nostalgia. I don't know. Once he kind of, Nike still Jordan still has the partnership with Nike and stuff like that. But Jordan kind of took over the Jordan brand. He still has the distribution connection.
12s was the Jordan that he left Nike, I think.
Okay, so
no, maybe 11. Matter of fact.
So, but to be honest with you, everything Jordan really do outside of the Jordan, like his 1 to, I said everything after 14 was trash, but other people will argue the 15s was cool, 16 whatever.
Listen, everybody like what they like, man.
Yeah.
Them shits look terrible. I don't know who is the designer he has rocking with now. Them shits is terrible.
I mean, they don't appeal to
relaunches of the joints he had before redesign. Them shits is terrible.
That's the thing. Mike is killing off old work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Now, granted, he still moves like current Jordans on the athlete side, because the current ones, they comfy. Like if you hoop, they got all the technology in there that the retros don't, because the retros don't have no technology. It costs them a penny to make them shits, and then you know what I mean. So you know they not really focused on the street aesthetic for the current ones. They got all these athletes that don't have signature shoes. They got to tailor those shoes to these athletes.
But Jordan, the thing about Jordan is Jordan's the only sneaker that you really could cross over and kill the game at a party. Yeah. At a work event.
You see, this man dying to be back outside. You see how he keeps going to the parties and killing them with the shoes.
I'm not dying to be back. I'm one. If I could have 8 to 10 people in a good space with the music bumping, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to Penny Hardaway, man. Let's not forget.
Yeah. Penny paved the way too, but Penny didn't cross over like how Jordan could do.
Of course, Mike is Mike.
Yeah. So
before we jump into the regular topics, I want to talk about a few current events and stuff like that. Dogecoin.
Here we go.
How you feel about that?
Marv is a.k.a. Jordan Belfort.
No. Yo, the game is so crazy. That's why I don't ever take the time to really, like, I used to give financial advice and now I don't, because there's so many people making plays, there's no fundamental to it. Dogecoin as a cryptocurrency itself, functionality and stuff like that, there's no fundamentals for it. But people ran up a bag. A lot of celebrities were talking about, I just made 15,000, 20,000. I knew some young boys that made 80,000.
Niggas ate.
But if you ain't cash out, it dropped again. There's still potential for it to grow and stuff like that.
My little bro told me he caught it at 1 cent.
Nice.
It was at 1 cent once upon a time?
It was at fractions of a cent, just like a Bitcoin. What's the name?
Yeah.
I caught my plays of Dogecoin at 3 cents. Ooh. But at the same token, it's sort of like it went up to 40 and now it's at 28 and stuff like that. So a lot of people had a lot of money and you don't pull.
I think the shit is fake, man, to keep it real with you. It's fake, bro. If one man could make a tweet and blow it up like that, then what's going to stop him from continue to control the market?
But that's how Wall Street works.
But what's the
GameStop plays? There's no fundamentals of the GameStop. The AMC is a dinosaur. That's a dying business model. Movie theaters. Yeah. I'm a movie head and I'm not sitting in front of people who's coughing. You know what I'm saying? Stuff over. Like that. It's a wrap. And their markup was really you spending $9 on popcorn that cost them 37 cents to make. You know what I'm saying?
Popcorn, the snacks.
$7 soda that cost them 13 cents with the syrup. You know what I'm saying? So that game.
The stock market is very hard.
I'm smuggling shit
know
in the theaters,
when to pull out, because a lot of times you might get 100. My thing is, if you could get 50 and better, pull out. Even if it go up crazy, say, damn, you could have made $2 million. That 50 band could venture off. You could venture off to real estate. You could venture off to your own little whatever you want to got going on. 50,000 above is a lot to make something happen. So a lot of time people stick in for the long haul. Yeah. If you get 50, if you made 50 or better from what he's talking about, pull out, cash out.
Move on to something else.
And don't even look at the market after that. Go to when the next thing come and you get another 50. Pull out, because what happens is your mind's like, I'm made 100, now I'm staying in. Even though you might have put $5,000 in it. Yeah, listen, you might put $5,000, you made 100, like, now I'm staying in. This joint might go to $1 million. Pull out, because if you got that 100, even though it went to $1 million, it's not necessarily though that you was gonna eat off that. You understand? So that's why it's very up and down. You gotta know who to talk to and what to do and how to pull out and when.
What made me so excited about the Dogecoin movement? It was so many people of color talking about them being in the game. So many times our demographic is not in the know-how. So it's a lot of secrets on how people making money and stuff like that. Just to hear black folks talking about cryptocurrency and different things of that nature, like I got a good, strong, different, portfolio of crypto coins that I invest in.
Talk your shit.
No, I'm just saying. So you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket in one play. You want to be able to diversify. But that's another good thing. What current event you feel like or something you saw that you'd like to talk about before we jump into the show? Is there anything current events you want to cover?
I ain't even gonna front. I'll be dark when it come to current events, bro. Like because some shit just be too sad. I be trying to keep my energy contained because if you start watching too much negative shit, that shit'll affect your life. So outside of entertainment and sports, I don't even know what the fuck. I know what's going on, But I can't really dive in. I ain't gonna front, B.
We'll do a quick little sports, and then we'll jump into the more serious topic.
You gotta do that. You can talk. Listen, I get in where I fit in.
There's certain things I want to talk about, like, as a proud New York Knicks fan, we on a 6-game winning streak.
Talk your shit.
I'm saying,
yeah, so shout out.
Shout out to the Knicks, man.
No, listen. That was a Pooh Shiesty move he tried to pull on me because I've been shit on the Knicks. Yeah. Listen, I done took this man the front row Knicks to that time we went to the Knicks game. We sat in the front row because the Knicks lost by 30 to the Suns. I've been dog shitting him for the Knicks for every year.
It's been dark days, but they getting better.
Hold on. So now this 6-game winning streak, everybody's coming for my neck. DMs,
of
they
course,
face
because
value,
it's hot. They gotta get it while it's hot.
Because the Spurs streak of playoffs is ending, and the Knicks streak is about to start.
Listen, I'm not one of those. I do want to see New York do good. I'm glad. Yeah. But I told him when they had David Fisdale, I told him we went to a little conference. I could spot it a mile away. I play high school and college ball for free. Yeah. I could spot it from a mile away. I said, David Fisdale ain't it.
Yeah. A lot of people said that, kid.
He was like, "Oh, no, you gotta give him a chance."
I said, "The meet and greet when they hired."
So
David
we went to that.
So we went there.
He ain't it. But that Tom Thibodeau, the reason why Tom Thibodeau worked. Shout out to the Knicks anyway. I ain't gonna steal your.
Yeah. You pulling the rug. He pulling the rug.
Shout out to the Knicks, man. I ain't gotta listen. My Spurs is on a decline. My man Aldridge is retired. From a heart condition. Shout out to the Knicks. Y'all doing good. And when the city open up, I will be pulling up. We will do our World Clyde and Knick game. Let's call it so. Shout out to the Knicks, man. I ain't gonna eat y'all.
Nah, don't do that.
I'm gonna let y'all Knicks get y'all glory now because it ain't gonna be too long.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You see that?
Backhanded compliments.
Shout
you know
out
what I'm
to
saying?
The Knicks, though. Shout out to
So what do you feel about what's going on in Knicks basketball?
Shout out to the Knicks, man. The city needs it. You know what I mean? Brooklyn is the Nets, bro. The Nets are here. So the Knicks got a lot of pressure to step up to the plate, bro. Because the Nets they still a Nets, so they're not really getting no command in the city.
But don't the Nets feel like the true definition of what gentrification is? Right? Think about it. Even as nice as they are, you don't really want to root for the Nets, right? Because it's sort of like a whole bunch of dudes from out of town who come to the hood that you grew up. Like, it's a whole bunch of dudes from Seattle that's coming to Best Eye telling you what Brooklyn's about. It's like, it don't feel good.
Like they're not checking in with the right people.
They check in.
They not. So that's, to be honest with you, it just feels so...
I'm about to get Trick out here and make sure these Brooklyn dudes check in.
No fly zone.
No fly zone.
They ain't organic, right?
The reason why you right about that, I didn't even think about. But shout out to KD. KD's letting people know. Listen, man, you talk crazy to me, I'm coming after you.
I'm with that.
He's with the clapback. I like that,
man.
But just think about it, right? No, it doesn't feel organic, right?
Let me break it down for you real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
The Knicks is like that, you know what I mean? That New York broad that's natural. She got curly hair, you know what I mean? She got decent little shape, but it's not nothing crazy.
PSL and the Brooklyn Nets.
Hold up. You know what I mean? She not really getting the attention. She's smart. You know what I'm saying? Like she got potential possibly now.
Yeah.
After being cooked, but we gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah.
The Nets is like shorty with the fake ass. You know what I mean? Titties heavy.
Got 5 million followers.
5 million followers. Not a celebrity, but 5 million followers.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and it's like, that's the one that's gonna take you to the promised land if you want that attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if the Knicks get there, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, no, it's
gonna be different. Shout out to the Knicks, though. I can't believe Julius Randle is who he is.
Shout out to the Knicks. And I love that coach move. I told you about the coach move. That
I just hope he don't burn them guys.
You know what it is though? It's basketball is about confidence and being hungry and building. Tom Thibodeau, he made Julius Randle. Listen, man, you want to go from being a 2010 and just a good player, or you want to bring the city back.
You want to be impactful.
You know what I mean? And that's what he's doing. Shout out to him. Shout out to
2010 ain't even impactful no more in today's NBA. They don't play no defense. But that's another story.
So, what about how y'all feel about A-Rod buying the Timberwolves?
It's whatever, man.
I mean, it's another investment for him.
Yeah.
Whatever. He don't really know baseball. I mean, he don't really know basketball, whatever. Too. But shout out to him for trying to make the right moves. But I don't feel nothing towards it. Like I don't think it's gonna change the culture.
A-Rod's another guy who's just like as good. I don't feel like, if anything A-Rod tells me, I don't feel like I believe
Was
it. He can literally tell me it's raining outside and he's wet, and I'm like, nah, he lying. He poured water on himself.
He was using the voice too, or he was
a couple times.
He's a poster child for that shit. Crazy.
And then he got that slick back hair. He got the face you can't trust.
Yeah, he's a greasy dude. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he's in Miami. He's like a greasy Miami dude. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna tell you just what you want to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Just enough to get that bag. So
he was on a gram simping. Y'all seen him on a gram simping for J-Lo?
Get J-Lo back. You know what I'm saying?
He was in his simp bag. I ain't mad. Get your shit off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But J-Lo.
They was killing him.
That's one thing. J-Lo move on from you quick. J-Lo Thanos. J-Lo got five different engagement rings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She could pull out the gauntlet on you. But speaking of Minnesota, we got to talk about the craziness. So we'll jump into the actual show. And the first topic is us against them, right? And it just feels like, to be honest with you, Minnesota's so terrible when it comes to the way that they're treating us and shit like that. Like, I won't even drive by Minnesota.
Fam, I can't even believe we here.
If I was on a trip and we had to go through Minnesota, I'd be like, nah, let's take a couple more hours and drive around Minnesota.
Yeah.
What do Minnesota got besides that mall anyway? They ain't got shit.
It's cold, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. I just feel like, to be honest with you, I understand the police shootings have been, it's been crazy for us for years, but it just feels like the climate is to the point where it's just like, it's really to the point where it's just like, how do black men function in this society when it's just like, we dying during traffic stops?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we dying doing regular shit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do at this point?
Right? Because when you was younger, your mom would be like, when the streets hit a certain time, get your ass in the house and shit like that. But like, we could be driving to work.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you told us to do. Mom, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
I'm not speeding. I'm not driving reckless. You saying shit like, it look like your tail light is out. Your registration expired. And that shit turns into like me dying. You know what I'm saying?
It's unfortunate.
And I just feel like, I argue with some cops that I know, and they was just like, if black men would comply more, this thing would have happened. It was just like that. To me, that's low hanging fruit excuse.
Facts.
And to be honest with you, what breaks my heart and what has bailed them out sometimes is sometimes they luck out, and I say luck out because they randomly do these things, the stops and shit like that to all black men, and then sometimes they luck out, and the black men that they happen to had a record and shit like that.
Crapshoot.
But it's a crapshoot. They didn't know the guy had a record. They wasn't following this guy. It just happened to happen some way. When they do it to someone who is like this, a preacher, a teacher, a contributing member to society, they never focus on that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So the first question.
At this point, bro, like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I want your opinion.
At this point, it's like, I can't believe we here, bro. Like, everybody should be conscious of what they do at this point. It's been so much civil unrest, over the past year. How do we end up back here again multiple times at that?
Multiple times.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a spike.
And my boy who's a cop, right? One of my good friends. He's a cop. He's a non-black cop. And he always says that I'm so anti-cop. And I'm like, bro, you don't get it. I need the cops. I drive a nice car. I wear jewelry and shit like that. I like to go to certain places.
You're a civilian.
I'm a civilian. I need the cops to be in society so that someone like me, not that I'm flashy, but I can feel comfortable anywhere I go and knowing that something happened, I can call on the cops.
Right.
My issue is like, bro, how the cops are treating people of color. It's craziness. Like they used to say, that's the 50s, the 60s, times have changed. Nah, it's not.
People scared at the end of the day, man.
It's just a lot of things. It's just scary because it's like you could do everything that your parents says, right? Even in the young generation, even as older men, everything that says, put your hand on the steering wheel. Officer, I just want to, pull out my light. Most people keep their wallet in their pocket, even when they're driving. Mm-hmm. I just want to pull out my identification, show you. It's all these things, and then that could be the last time you even have a conversation. So that's why, like, I've been pulled over by cops and stuff, and I have people on the force. I use my PBA card, and then I show my medical card, whatever, for the reason and stuff, whatever. But it's scary because you could do absolutely everything that you was taught to do, and then that could be the last time somebody have a conversation with you.
And Minnesota is a crazy. The reason why I say Minnesota because Minnesota, it keep happening to them. Dude told listen, we're gonna talk about Dante Wright, who just, rest in peace, who just happened.
Yeah.
But remember,
Philando Castile.
Philando Castile. He told the cops, "I have a weapon on me. I have a carrying license and everything."
Mm-hmm.
The cops asked to see for his license. He reached for it. It's like, "Don't reach," and they shoot him up. Well, how was he supposed to get you this stuff then? You asked me for it, and I go for it.
Fear. These cops are scared, bro.
Homeboy who was eating cereal in his crib, the cops shoot him up, saying, "I thought he was in my apartment." Bokum G, think about it. Think of the shit that black men do.
Yeah.
Breathing, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Breathing.
Just think about it. It's just like, what as a black man can I do to not be scary? The only time we're not scary is when they're watching us on the court or entertaining them. And then we're not scary.
I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a short film on Netflix called Two Distant Strangers, I think.
Someone was telling me about it.
And,
I seen it when he kept revealing what's going on.
That shit is a microcosm of society, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Pretty much what happens is it's like, I don't know if you ever saw Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. He kept living the same day. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, it was good. I watched
Joey Badass is living the same day. He living the same day. And he's changing the events that he do because
he still wound up to the same place. He still
end up getting bodied by the cops every time, bro. Every time. It's crazy. It's like, this is where we at?
Let me tell you, it's so bad in society, right, that even Disney, who tried to keep it, I don't know if you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I'm a couple episodes behind, but
But even Disney had to acknowledge, this is a scene in the early episodes where Bucky and Falcon's black guy played by Anthony Mackie, he's arguing in the streets, and the cops
I saw that part.
Go straight to the white guy. I'm like, "Yo, is he bothering you?"
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's like, "What are you talking about?" But that's in society. Yeah. We're always assumed to be doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, man.
Just think about it. Traffic stops is one thing. For a traffic stop, you driving reckless. You driving, you swerving and then you get pulled over. It'd be shit like, my boy sent me a video. Like I said, this non-black cop who sent me a video. And the cop pulled the guy over because it was 70 miles per hour speed limit and he was going 66.
He's reaching.
And then I said...
What kind of car you had?
It was a rental. It wasn't nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
And then my boy said that, if you go too slow, they could pull you over too. I said 66 in the 70s too slow. He's just like
That's not too slow.
He's just like, cops couldn't find any reason to pull you over and stuff like that.
The book is huge, bro. Like, they could really pull you over and ticket you for anything.
My man was going to 66, and then when the cop said to him, "Well, you was driving kind of slow, which was suspicious." He said, "I'm driving 66 miles per hour." He's just like, "Yeah, but the speed limit 70. Why you not driving at 70?
Why you not doing 80? Really? That's how the cop is thinking."
So the cops is just like, it makes it seem like you're hiding something because you're driving so slow.
Yeah, you too cautious. That's pretty much the thought process. You too cautious. What you doing?
You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's frustrating, right? Because how do I tell my young black nephew to operate you could do everything right and it still play out bad for you?
Yeah.
And then people will say, "It's not that terrible. Look, you still around." Like, yeah, but I'm one bad day of an officer feeling
Facts.
like, "Yo, oh, you see that black SUV over there? Let me pull him over, see what's going on."
And it's sad, but it's like we got to the point where it's like, you want to do the right thing and have the conversation to protect yourself, but then also you like, should I even say anything? It's a situation where it's just like, you get pulled over by the cops. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but when I get pulled over by the cops, I just try to keep it very I don't really say too much because I don't know how it's gonna play out.
I try to have extra info.
I'm mad you said when I get pulled over.
No, I'm just saying. No, it happens. It happens. I drive a nice car, whatever. I got pulled over a couple times in different of my vehicles. Yeah. When I was in I was in an Audi or Mercedes or whatever too. I have out of state plates sometimes, and then
I gotta get my shit together, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I ain't been pulled over enough.
No, I've been pulled over a couple times.
Man.
There been times where I had the Bluetooth over. I had to call my boy who's a cop.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, and then my boy who's a cop, they'll talk to him and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, he said he was a police officer, whatever." Cause I showed them people. I said, "I never said that." And then he get crazy, and my boy's like, "Nah, family, friends. They gotta verify this and all this.
Yeah.
State troopers a little different. Boy, they coming ready.
Yeah,
I done pulled off by
different sets though. So
yeah.
so you think it's all law enforcement? Nah, they'll do a cop dirty too.
State trooper, state
Like,
trooper a
what
little
is this?
different. So it's one of those things where like you want to talk to make sure that you're saying everything right, and then sometimes you want to be silent just to let the conversation. I think the best bet to do it, if you're not gonna pull over the cop, whatever, too, have your joint on the Bluetooth on, just in case. You never know, or whatever, or anything. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They can't tell you to turn it off, whatever, too. You still could hear me.
And I want your opinion on this too, Mike. It's just like what bothers me the most is like they could be on aggressive level 15 when they come at you, and you still got to be the most docile. Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you, sir. Yep. Like you can't have a bad day with the police officer. Nope. They can have the worst day, talk to you, and keep saying "boy" at the end of what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And you still got to be like, "No, sir, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just heading home from work and stuff like that."
Yeah, like, you got them officers that abuse power. You know what I mean?
I had a state trooper tell me. I showed him a PBA card. A Nassau PBA card and an NYPD. I showed him to whatever. What you showing me this for?
Hit him with the 2-piece.
I hit him with the 2-piece and my Lexus. Cause I was like, yo, this might go left, right?
When you handed it to him, did you give it? Did you look at him or did you turn away like no look type
This is
shit?
what you usually do. You put your license in the front and then you give them the 2 cards that represent. Yeah. It's a sign of disrespect if you give me anything when I just showed you 2 different. So where we want to go? You want to go Nassau or you want to go?
Listen, I ain't going front.
So it's one of those. Yeah. So state trooper put me over. He was like, what you showing me that for? Mm-hmm. I said, he on demon time.
Yeah. That's spooky
when I
time.
found out he was on demon time, I did hit one of those. I just put the 150 in on the side just in case when the ticket was coming. Because it's a scary situation because we don't know how to even have conversation for our young generation. We all in our 30s and we understand. We've been through ups and downs to know how to dissect certain things. But if I tell, like you said, we got nephews, we got cousins, we got younger people. You might be a big brother to somebody just in your community in general. Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell them how to go to approach when people are dying left and right, and he's seeing the TV show it.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them things where,
but you know what? It's just like cops know that they're going to get off. That's why this George Floyd, Derek Chauvin case is so important, right? Because there's no more obvious, like, what else do they need to see? And I still feel like there's a chance he might get off.
Yeah, of course. It's natural to feel that way, man.
Every time I see the video of him just looking, I just be looking like
if I'm a dickhead was a person, it'd be this guy the way you see it. You know what I'm saying? So let me just ask the first question. Dante Wright, the young man who got told to get out. No, Dante Wright, and also the young man. Did you see the video of the young black kid in South Carolina who was walking in his neighborhood and the white sergeant came out and said, "I'll take you out this neighborhood." The white army guy.
Yeah, he said, "You got 2 seconds," and he's like, "I'm gonna put my hands on you, man. You move, you whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Sir, I live around the corner, sir. I'm just taking a walk."
And multiple. And multiple other recent police shootings. Do you think it's going to be like a summer of where it's going to get right? Because everybody knows when the summer weather get hot, everything go up. The shootings go up and shit like that. The altercations and things of that nature. And I just feel like we're at such a boiling point. So we got the Dante Wright situation. We got the potential of George Floyd's that verdict coming during the summer.
Soon, I think.
Do you think it's going to be a shot summer where more of us get shot?
I'm gonna say no because I like to err on the side of positivity.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But listen. At this point, it's a coin flip. But I like to think that most of the law enforcement is now conscious of the spotlight that they're under.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Especially in New York and those type of, I hate to say urban communities, but the urban communities they know the light is on them.
Yeah.
So, but Minnesota and places like that, who knows, bro. Who knows? But I think this summer, I hope it's going to be a cool summer. You know what I'm saying? Cause
I don't know if it's going to be more shooting. I think it's definitely going to happen because even the environment I work in jail, so it's not a big deal to say it, but some people don't know how to turn it on and turn it off. The academy and certain training you go to, they show you this is how you're supposed to be at all times. So that's why the lack of training in terms of dealing with people I think it needs to get better all across the board. Like, because what happens is in the academy, they tell you need to do this, you need to do that. Some people wanted to be a cop all their life, right? So when they get on, they're just like, so this is how I'm supposed to be. You can't even have a normal conversation with them because they're looking at you like you don't have no idea what we go through in a day-to-day process. Right. And I'm not here to bash cops. I'm not here to do anything. What I'm saying is, I think the diversity training needs to go up in all forces, along with cops, correctional officers, whoever, anything with law enforcement, state troopers, whatever. And I definitely think there's going to be more killings because some people are just afraid just because they're in a uniform.
You mean at the hand of cops, though?
In the hands of cops, because some people who are cops, they might have went through the academy and they might have passed every qualifications, the psych tests or whatever you got to do, but then they wasn't really trained to deal with different kind of people.
And as you say that, it makes me think like,
and all kind of people. Yeah. Just because you a cop, when you a cop and you become a cop and they throw you in the heart of Harlem or they throw you in Brownsville
and that's not your demographic,
and you an Asian young man, you thrown in Brownsville and you see everything, everybody's a little aggressive. So the Asian cop is gonna be like, all right, whoever comes to me, I'm ready. Yeah. Not thinking that, diversity training needs to go across the board. So I think it's still going to be some killings.
Let's just think about it. The officer who shot Dante Wright, and not only was she a 26-year veteran on the force, she's a training officer.
Now, what happened with that? Now, was there like a mistake with Taser? Like, what happened?
It's what I don't want to say it's funny because that was horrible. But she's literally holding her Glock 17 going, taser, taser, and starts bucking shots at him. Oh. With the Glock 17 in your hand.
Yeah, like you can't mistake that for it.
And then some cops are coming back and saying like, yo, you keep your Glock on your dominant hand, right? So if you right-handed, you keep the gun on the right hand, you keep the taser on your what's the name? Because that's going to be
But a taser, taser goes up. A Glock goes down.
No, but they have different tasers.
Oh, I don't.
They got tasers with triggers.
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah, they got tasers.
Right? That's my mistake. Yeah. No.
This is the one. This is the one that you squeeze in a pin shootout. I assume.
Okay.
Before she busts off the shot, she's like taser, holding the Glock, and then she lets off and shoots him out. To me, it's just crazy. And to me, it's just people like, well, it's an accident. But why do the accidents or the mistakes always happen to the black people? That to me, my thing is the training or the frame of thinking is they approach situations with African American people on guard and on go, right? Like when you watch the situations when traffic stops happen and then white people get killed and stuff like that, they get a window of being mad, disrespectful to the cop. That's amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? They talk to him greasy. I'm like, yo, they're talking greasy.
Yeah, that's the running joke.
And then nothing's happening. And when they do get shot, it's just like, yo, you be like, yo, I would have shot him too. Because of the level of greasiness it turned up that happened.
It's sad, but when it comes to African Americans, and no, not to just say it in general, but like, it feel like cops and law enforcement be just super aggressive. Just for no reason. I don't know if it's a fair thing or
makes you question the training.
That's what I'm saying. Definitely 100%.
Next question is, do you think with that's the way things have been, that this country, obviously the country could survive, so that's a little hyperbole when I say can the country survive, but do you think that this country's ready for the reaction that we'll have if Derek Chauvin's found not guilty in the George Floyd?
You asked that question. I asked a question back to you. What do you think is going to happen if he's not guilty?
I mean,
Rodney King again.
You think so?
Riot.
No, but think about
an extreme riot everywhere.
When the video came out, how for weeks George Floyd, rest in peace, George Floyd. He sparked this movement of this intense protest, people going crazy and stuff like that. And we've had a couple of shootings that causing riots. I just, what is the hope that this country can sell people of color if Derek Chauvin's found not guilty?
Yeah,
where do we go with that, right? Because to be honest with you, I wouldn't even have the energy to go burn some shit down. To me, it's just like how do I plan going forward? You know what I'm saying? Because if that can happen to a man and they find out guilty, it makes you kind of feel like, yo, I'm trying to see how do I best survive when that happens to me. Not as far as the shooting and stuff like that, but it's inevitable that something's going to happen with me with the cops. How do I best survive that kind of shit? Instead of just hoping that it doesn't happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think is going to be the reaction if he's not guilty?
I think it's going to be riots all across the board. And because it's like the rioting is just not, everybody's gonna be frustrated, right? There's gonna be like you see what's going on. It was national, like it was everybody knows about the case. I think it's gonna be riots all across the board.
It's definitely gonna be anger,
and it's not gonna be controlled. It's not gonna be controlled.
What do you think we should? Then
the sad thing, it might be some cops that die that night.
Yeah, but once cops die, it turns worse.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it might be some cops that die that night because somebody might say, you know what? This thing called mental health is real. People are going through it. So somebody might say, you know what? I already going through it. I got to make a name for myself today. I'm not saying it's right, but some people are looking at it like, you know what? I got to make a name. I got to make a name for myself. I'm going out like this, so people gonna remember me. You kill a cop in New York City. You kill a cop anywhere. You're going to make a name for yourself because people always going to remember the person that did that. So
and that's not the kind of name
that's
that we
not the
need.
name. We're not looking at that.
I pray. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a pacifist where you turn the other cheek and we have the kumbaya. But at the same time, it's certain things. It's just like, yo, if we have a cop killed at the hand of a black man during these kind of things, stuff like that, it further gives them an excuse to never change their attitude. Say, this is what they're from. This is what they're about. I don't know. I just feel like if he's found not guilty, this summer is going to be a terrible summer. It's going to be last summer on steroids.
That's it. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, not to be selfish, people are getting vaccinated. People surviving this pandemic. People want to get back to a normal life.
Yeah.
And shit like this doesn't let us get back to a normal life. Where, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like, yo, America makes it feel like they have a civil war against us. Even now, with the rise of, the hate crimes against Asian Americans, they're trying to blame it on African Americans. Even though that's not... It bugged me out because the cop told me, like, yeah, it's African Americans are doing it. I'm just like...
No way.
I'm just like, are you serious?
No way.
It's a lot of, pro-Trump kind of people doing these good old boys doing it, but the media pushes to when it happens to a black person might be at the hand of it, saying that we're at the forefront of it. I'm like, yo, they'll find any reason to make us the target.
Story of America, Jack.
It's tough. It's tough.
Story of America.
So last question on this topic: do you think white supremacy is struggling to hold on, or will it ever get better?
I mean, it's always going to be an underlying issue of America. America was built on that type of, race relations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think with Trump out of office, we may not see it as much as we did because there's nobody.
Trump put the battery in their backs.
You feel me? There's nobody pumping it up like that. But I don't think it'll ever go nowhere. Unfortunately.
Like, what do you think about that? Because. To be honest with you, my naive ass, before, like when Obama was elected, not before he started being the president, I thought this was going to change America. America's going to be like, yo, we have a black leader now. We need to start considering seeing black people as equals. The crazy shit about it is these people lose their shit for a black person to be considered their equal. Not even better. I'm better than you, or I'm just equal.
I don't think it's going to get better. I think all across the board, like with the school system, they should definitely do some diversity classes and drill that in, because you can't fault somebody who's a white boy or whatever and his parents told him that he got to be this way. So even when he get in the job market, he like, man, I don't want to deal with none of you guys. My mom is I'm being serious. My mom and dad told me to stay away from you. We don't, even as African Americans, we ought to be African Americans. Our parents never taught us to say that. I'm not saying all households. I'm just saying in general, say stay away from them. But I know some white people, exactly, their parents told them, listen, they never been around us till they get to college or till they get into the job market, and then like, listen, y'all kind don't work for me. So automatically, it's never gonna change. It's sad. It's like when you know certain you work in these offices, you work whatever, and you work with people, and you see like the language. You just like, you think it's okay to say that?
Yeah. I mean,
the moxie on it, the moxie on, like some people just say certain things, and you're like, are you kidding me right now? But I don't think
today's day and age.
I don't think it's never going to change. I think we have to have diversity trained all across the board in the works, in the job system, the school, definitely the school system, starting from elementary and up. Because if you started from elementary up, we could build a better generation.
Yeah.
Now our generation is kind of stuck in where you at. Where we at. But the next generation, we could stop some of this and we do diversity trainings all across the board.
It's crazy to me because that's key. What you said, diversity training. We need that in
school systems and job markets.
We need
mandatory.
We need it with our police enforcement. I think a lot of times, diversity training is something where people poo-poo, but we need it now more than ever. But the crazy thing about it is, to me, is I thought you would think like you said, the excuse is like sometimes their parents are like, they never been around us, so they give them these kind of stereotypes. But like, we have access to so much knowledge in demand instantly. Like, so many people will be like, oh, my favorite entertainer is this, my favorite person is that, and things of that nature. And to me, what's scary is the wool that's being pulled over people's eyes is the white supremacists are not only have a feeling of, superiority over people. They're now being taught a falsehood that they're under attack. White supremacists feel like it's a hot time for them. Like their country's being taken over. They're the minority.
Yeah, you see what they did at the Capitol?
Exactly.
That was their call to action right there.
The opportunities for them are being taken, and I'm just like, that is the biggest trick in the world is for the bully to tell people feel sorry for me.
Yeah.
Think I saw something. I saw something on the internet I had to bring up before we end this topic. It was. Let me see if I saved it, because to me it was just so crazy as far as something down in Florida. And give me 1 second, because I really want to read it correctly. So, a guy named David Ism, 19, broke the color line in segregated Florida pool on June 8th, 1958, which resulted in officials closing the facility. So, 1958, which sounds like a long time ago, not a long time ago.
No, 60 years.
Let me give you instance. My mom was born in 1950. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is not back in the 1800s and shit. Like, this is people we live with, talk to, experience. Because he got into the pool, they had to close down the facilities. And people couldn't use the pool for a couple of days.
Can you imagine, bro? Like,
are you kidding me? So the guy was that disgusting. They had to close
down the facilities for days to do analysis.
To do a cleaning.
Right? Because a black person got into the pool.
Oh my God.
That's ignorance, though.
Oh my God.
And so it makes me feel like your white supremacy is going to be rebranded. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the KKK we don't no longer see the KKK like come through and do parades like they used to do and stuff like that.
And they would never.
But now they got secret handshakes, and now they're your PO officer, now they're your judge, now they're the cop.
That's the ones you got to worry about. The ones you're not aware of.
They pulled a Christian support group, right? Had a breach where they were showing donations that happened for like old boy who killed the people, who came from Chicago and killed the people in Milwaukee last year he crossed the lines with an AK and he killed some people during the protest. The kid. Yeah. The majority of his donations were from cops and other officials saying you did nothing wrong, stay strong, this, that, and another. And don't get it twisted. You're allowed to support whatever you want, but when you are a law enforcement official,
different ring to it.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people was just like, it was sergeants, it was high-ranking people who made these donations for this guy.
It's scary, man.
So you think when they pulled back the curtain, it was just all KKK people and craziness that was giving them money?
No.
Possibly.
It was police officers. And then writing comments like, you did the right thing, we got to take charge and stuff like that. It's scary. To make the oppressor feel like, yo, I feel sorry for you because you're being attacked. Like, how do we move on from that?
We don't, unfortunately.
Yes, it's crazy. Let's get into something a little more lighter.
Don't, man.
And it's hot boy summer, right? Because like I told y'all guys, you know what I'm saying? Thought season is upon us.
Hot boy summer or hot girl summer?
No, hot boy summer, right? Because it's been hot girl summer every summer. Why can't it be our season to go back, be in our bag, and show our ass? You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. We're supposed to only be spectators, right? But I just feel like
on some Razor Lamone shit.
You know what I'm saying? But, so to be honest with you, what is it going to take for it to be a hot boy summer and for us to really live our best lives, right? Because besides for vaccination and, you know, like I said, the last year and change has been rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Understatement.
So it's just like, how do we live our best lives in this particular environment to really enjoy our hot boy summer, right? Hot girls got the hot movement. I'm doing hot girl shit.
You got to calibrate what your best life is first.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to figure out what it's going to take for me to live my best life. Like, I can't just go to the club that's packed out.
What's regular Mike's definition of living his best life or living hot boy summer?
Damn, for me, it's going to be weird for me because the shit I like to do, like, you can't really do no more. You know what I mean? Like, I like to go to rap shows.
Yeah.
I like to go to sporting events. You know what I mean? I like to go to sports bars, shit like that. You know, outside hangouts and shit. Yeah. It's a dub. So, at this point, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because us too. Usually we do at least 3 to 4 sporting events a
Easy.
year.
NCAA,
Easy.
The finals,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. So.
And not even just watching them at bars, but us actually going to these events.
No, yeah, like I'll fly to a city. I'll fly to a city for something.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like he done flew to Houston to catch Rockets games versus Spurs and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, real shit.
And all of that is going. So how do we truly live our best life like that?
I think, you know, to live our best life, whatever, have your finances in order. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know, you got to just focus on that, but, you know, right now, this is the time, you know, you really can't do that. Stack your bread.
Yeah, man.
Because if the pandemic, when it's all said and done, your money got to be right to make situations better. Hot boy summer is the season, right? So you can't really... You don't want to act like you're doing too much. What you call it? For the stick-up kids? Yeah. Real talk. Because if you living too good, and then on you, people are hungry out here. You know what I'm saying? But you still, I think is get your finances in order. You know, get into the stock market. Learn something new that's going to help your family and you years down the line.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I agree for that.
To me, I think, like you said, get your money right, get your health together. At the same time, to me, it's just like, make the best of your opportunities too, right? Because we don't have a lot of situations like the block parties anymore, mass barbecues and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you make a connection. Ain't no random
pull up into the barbecues because it's just like before. Summer was such an inviting time that like people didn't have to know you for you to pull up to a barbecue. You could kind of be like, I'm Mike's man and get a plate. Yeah. But now it's just like,
it's like, who this nigga you?
Who this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you coming in? You ain't got a mask on.
You ain't bring
like,
a drink. You ain't bring a mask, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? We got limits to and stuff like that. I think another angle is to live your best hot boy life is also, what do you think about body counts? Like, do you think body count, like there's no way an average player caught the same amount of bodies in 2020 that he caught prior years, right?
You'd be surprised, Jack. You'd be surprised.
So
because listen.
How do you catch random bodies in COVID time? The way you was catching it before.
Boy, the net is rocking. Like, you could literally connect with anybody you want via internet. Now you're not just talking about words no more. You could send videos.
Yeah.
You could send voice notes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You could do Zoom chats. You're right.
Zoom chats. But not only that, you could swap content so you can get a kind of a feel for somebody that way.
Yeah.
And then when you go meet them for the first time, it's over.
It's already a set
of
pill.
It's over, yeah.
So let me react. So do you honestly feel, because that was something I was questioning, do you honestly feel like dudes' bodies numbers has remained the same, the way they catch random bodies?
But a random body, the definition of a random body has changed.
No,
like ain't no one night stand.
I think the body count has went lower because a lot of dudes, if I got a fly car, I got jewels on, I got everything else, whatever. Too. Sometimes I don't even have to have a conversation because sometimes you just lift the door up and then shorty coming in. Yeah. So now you know real talk. Sometimes you got to hold on. Hit the button, it come up, and she come right in. Yeah. But now dudes are really gonna have to have a conversation. Yeah. You understand? That's the scary part. So the body count definitely, I think it decreased a little bit because now you realize
it definitely went down because of circumstance.
I went down because now you're like, hold on, this dude really can't have a conversation. He's really a dope boy. Yeah. Some dudes are really a dope boy and tell you, yo, man, all I do is
like I feel like to live your best hot boy life, you got to be surgical with your game plan, right? Because not only people ain't outside like that, like you're not running to the random show and stuff like that. Another thing is, everybody look like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You don't know shorty's
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Social media is the key, bro. Social media is the key. That's where you get the insight on your potential targets.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I mean? Now it's definitely a quantity over quality kind of thing.
It should have been that from the jump, man.
Yeah, but you know how it is. But now people just care about their kids.
No, now you gotta know how to hold the conversation. Because now it's easy to be like, thank God. Click. You know what I'm saying? Before you was like, you know what? Some girls be like, damn, this dude can't have a conversation, but he got a lot going for himself. She just like the win in the Lamborghini to hit her head like, damn, this is kind of.
See, I'm not gonna lie, man. You know somebody like me, bro, like I'm glad I had to develop a personality because it was like I wasn't moving like that when I was younger. Like you know what I mean? Like I had to really like hone in on the target and kind of cultivate a relationship.
To be honest, that's what developed my
niggas like I'll be sure was tearing shit down.
Like this guy over here, he was always an athlete or whatever. Not saying he don't have game. He has game too, but he had the plus. Me, it was all about. Every kill I got was a negotiation.
I used to be Andrew Bynum. I used to be Andrew Bynum, just another body.
AB, another body. You know what I'm saying?
AB, just another body. There was a summer when I was bodying everything. That was prior.
That's because you had access to it because of your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. But now it's like dudes can't even hold a conversation. I got female coworkers. They be dating and stuff. They be like, Mr. B, we go by last name, Joe. Mr. B, yo, it's so crazy how dudes can't even hold a regular conversation. Like, it's scary. And this dude, you look on his page, you look like everything's great. And then you talk to him, it's like, damn, I can't deal with this.
Also, the microwave society, like, so many kids, so many dudes are so built into the Netflix and chill. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got to really
the first date is intimate.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to a park no more.
Like, I've heard a lot of women complaining like, yo, dudes don't even want to go out to eat. Or this was before pandemic. This is not even post. Yeah. Dudes don't want to go out to eat. Dudes is just like, yo, you know, I got Netflix, I got Hulu Plus, I got HBO Max. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Like this straight to the crib, straight to the kill.
You know why? Right? Because dudes, we think like we don't want to be food. You know what I mean? So we go in there with that mentality. I'm not gonna say we because I don't be doing that. they going in with that mentality like you ain't gonna get one over on me. Like I'm clipped up, I'm ready. Yeah. You not finna get no free meal. You know what I mean? You come over here, we can chill, and I'll get my shit off. But
yeah.
So it's a struggle between it's a battle of the sexes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So next question is, since people survive COVID, you think they'll take more chances with unprotected sex after that?
There's some niggas
born raw dog. Anyway.
Yeah. There's some niggas born raw dog. Shout out to some of my Haitian Jamaican dudes. I talk to them. They don't believe in that condom shit.
That's a fact.
I'm like, whoa, scary. Listen, I got Haitian coworker dog. This dude never even believed in COVID. He got his roots. He said, I take what I gotta take. I hit my dukes up. I'm good for life.
Yo. So what do you think? You think some dudes, I don't want to say hood dudes, but some ignorant people just be like, yo, I survived COVID. I'm definitely not worrying about condoms
people was already moving like that.
Yeah,
you might have a select few women who they want to know if you vaccinated and they gonna take their precautions, but for the most part, people gonna do what they gonna do, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody not a forward thinker.
Yeah.
And it's the moment. If the moment is right, it's over.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you, listen. Some of the girls, some of the guys, listen, them doors go up. They like, listen, man, he had COVID 2 months ago. I'm good. They jumping in. Some dudes moving reckless regardless.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
not to get off topic, but you think that's a question? Like you ask somebody upon meeting them, like, yo, did you have COVID?
Is
that invasive?
It is and it's not, right? Because To be honest, that's the new game. I thought about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo,
that's scary,
even your old sneaky links that you weren't able to link during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, did you have COVID? How did it affect you type shit?
Because people was keeping shit low. Like the COVID shit, like, because listen, COVID, you get COVID, whatever, like people survived it, but people were judgy, bro. Like if they find out you got COVID, they like, oh, this nigga got COVID, this nigga dirty. Like what?
Yeah, like you run around licking toilet bowls and shit, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is like, yo, do you think people gonna eat ass like that after COVID?
Oh, this nigga's not.
Listen, bro, people gonna do what they gonna do regardless, COVID or not, bro. Like polio, they was still getting it in. It didn't matter what it was.
I don't know. I think my whole vision of eating ass has changed since COVID.
You think niggas stopped the game?
There's no. Like I said, I'm not in the game, so there's no random ass for me to
This
eat.
nigga-
But I feel like if I got released into the game, I don't
That's
know.
his bag, yo.
I don't
I'm
know if ass
convinced.
eating is
This
part of the
nigga-
repertoire.
That's his
anymore.
bag.
This nigga the E40 of tossed salad.
That's his
I'm
bag.
just saying, I
Nigga's
don't
crazy.
think ass eating.
That's your bag.
Is that still on the table post COVID?
That's how he break the ice.
No. I'm just saying, like, you know, especially
Oh,
sneaky links,
snap.
right? Because it's different between if that's your situation, because whatever your rock situation was your rock situation through COVID. But now it's like new shits and stuff like that. You know
Are
what
we
I'm
at
saying?
the point where that's normal? Like that's on the table for somebody who you might not know too tough?
To eat ass?
Yeah.
To be
Are we
honest
there?
with you, if I've only eaten one ass, so you know what I'm saying. As much crazy shit as I talk, you got to be at that comfortable level. Shit.
No, I'm just trying to take a quick temperature check because I'm out of touch, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, to be honest with you, some dudes.
That's where we at?
I know dudes. That's how they open up the table.
Word.
As far as like, you know, when women are on the fence, be like, yo, I eat ass, man. What's good?
Listen, because I know niggas is out here soliciting women via the cunnilingus. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, to be honest with you,
That's basic ball now.
shit. To be honest with you, that's like practice. Like practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, obviously we're talking about practice. Like eating pussies. That's white. If you don't eat
Eating
pussy,
pussy used to be the level up.
listen. If
He loved me. He ate my pussy.
Listen, if you don't eat pussy
Now it's like-
in the 2020, 2021 streets, if you're not eating pussy, you better be Mr. Marcus. You
What's
better
the
be a
level up,
professional porno. To be honest with you,
For me, it's kissing, bro. Like kissing is the level up. Like you don't just be out here kissing anybody.
you can't.
No,
You can't.
no.
You know what I'm saying? But to
Unless
be
you a
honest,
white. We're not gonna get into that.
yeah, no. But to be honest with you, even eating ass, so
So where do you rank it? Like, where do you rank it in the pantheon of sexual acts? Is eating ass like neck and neck with kissing for you, or is eating
to be
ass
honest
like
with you, eating ass
top of the hill?
has been thrown out too loosely to the point where it's just like it's not a level of commitment. Before it used to be like, girl, he loved me, he ate my ass, and now it's just like, you know, that's spicy. To be honest with you, to be honest with you, I don't know even what's the level.
Now you in your duffel right now.
The level up right now, sexually, honestly,
You in your duffel.
is, I know it sounds crazy, is if dude give you his phone
That's the level up.
and let you do whatever you want with that phone.
Yeah, but you could protect against that. So
Yeah.
they
You know
got
what I'm
apps.
No, because they got apps, you know, the phone codes and shit like that. Like if you could just randomly pick up dude phone, go through it and shit like that. To be honest,
That's the level
because there's dudes who meet chicks in the club and eat their ass like YOLO type shit. You know what I'm saying? I got one of my boys, right? He's I've met him one time, but we more like IG DM kind of shit like
Your
that.
boy's a sick nigga, bro.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Every time he sends her a bad chick, he's like, yo, I eat her ass, yo. That's like his constant, like, yo. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude, like, this is his Captain Crunch. Like,
I heard that before. I mean, I've seen people getting that bag. I've heard about people, and it was like hearing that, like, that's where you taking it off rip. Like, damn, shorty bad, I'll eat her ass. Like, that's where you taking that?
Yeah.
Off rip?
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? That shit might separate you from the D League
That's
to
a
the,
fact.
you know
No,
what I
that's a
mean,
fact.
to other shit. So
That's a fact.
So you don't think to me, honestly, I think COVID took the ass eating off of the.
We still in this bag?
You know? We gonna move
But
on.
that's crazy though. Do you like when you meet a girl or whatever? Do you ask or vice versa? Do a girl meet a guy and ask him like, "Yo, did you have COVID?" Is that the icebreaker to say, you know, I ain't gonna fuck with the person anymore?
It could be because some people.
I never thought about it like that, but you know, because I'm not in that
COVID
market.
got
But
the after effects and all. Like I don't like. Is that a thing? Like maybe. See, that's why we need a woman here. You know
But
what
you
I
know,
mean?
hey, I know. We're trying to get a woman, but Last minute women cancel. We definitely got to get more women in play because, to be honest with you, it's like there was a time period between December of 2019 to March of 2020.
Let's see where you gonna take this. I'm curious.
No. That people had COVID and they just didn't know. Remember, people were getting sick and shit like that.
Yeah.
We didn't know what they didn't give us the name of COVID till like February. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had the advanced COVID. Like once it came out, I thought back to like January 20. I was like, yo, I might have had that shit.
Yeah. So
I got.
But I was
sick,
type hype. I felt kind of special. I was like, I got the advanced shit. Like, y'all niggas, come on, B.
You got the pre-release.
You feel me? I'm out here. I beat it.
Everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell people like, yo, I had that shit. I beat it. I'm good. But nah, I ain't have it though.
You know what I'm saying? So
I was disappointed.
But do you think COVID's gonna change people's sexual approaches?
I mean, some of it
depends if they got the symptoms.
Some of the savages are savages, so they still gonna swim.
That's what I'm saying.
Regardless,
you know what I'm saying?
But I think people's thought process is gonna be like, oh, nah, I'm good on this one. Sure, you know.
Yeah.
If Shorty's like, yeah, you know, I just got off COVID. That's why I wasn't out about me.
So you mid smashing and the Shorty start coughing consecutively. Like, does that end the session?
Listen, the toothpaste is already out of the tube. By that
you know what I'm saying? But you can't unroll it, right?
Yeah, it's over with, Jack.
Nigga be like, yo, I got the double mask. Put the double mask on real quick.
Nah, but the COVID icebreaker question is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But people switch up. Like I've heard third party accounts of people saying that, you know, people switched up because they found out X had COVID.
Yeah.
So people switch up, bro. Like, especially if you don't have the knowledge.
Yo, you know that nigga Jeff had COVID, right?
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that nigga.
People in group text, yo, you know Jeff had COVID. Yo, we done with that dude though. Keep it on the low. Like every Tuesday when he hit us, you know, we gonna answer his text message.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a little more elementary for y'all. Like, rec might be kind of different this summer. If you find out a nigga had COVID, you're not gonna pick him up.
Hell no.
He might not be able to perform like he did last summer.
You don't have the same lung capacity,
you feel me?
right?
Nah. Hell no.
To end the COVID hot boy summer talk, has COVID or the pandemic made you want to take more risks? It just yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm not gonna say COVID made me want to take more risks, but when you exposed to things that you've been withheld from for so long, I think that will kind of make you take. I guess in a way it's a catalyst for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But you can't say you did some shit because COVID. I mean, COVID can't be the direct catalyst, in my opinion.
What do you think?
But what kind of risk we talking about though?
This risk in general. To be honest with you, so much. I felt like so much got taken away. You don't understand. Like we outside. I'm inside, bro. Like some days, the most that I do is take the trash out of my crib, go to the public garbage, like the little thing outside, and then come back in. So to be honest with you, it's just like, yo, waiting for the pandemic to pass and shit like that. I just feel like, yo, every opportunity. So many different bags were made. Bitcoin was at $3,000 at one point during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? It dropped down to 3,000. Now it's back up to 60 something thousand. So many different bags were made. Yeah. And you know, just not being in that position to make a risk, trying to be careful and shit like that, you missed out on a lot of opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. COVID has made me say, or the pandemic has made me say like, yo, man, you can't keep saying, I'm going to do that shit tomorrow. Or I'm gonna try to risk. You gotta try certain shit and then fuck up, start over. You know what?
Now that you say that, the pandemic definitely aided me in starting my media type, career. You know what I'm saying? Because it gave me the time to create, and it kind of like gave me the time to just throw shit out there. Yeah. Like it's like what else? What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, put it that way, it already has taken effect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
and you know, like it also made the competition a little stiffer too because there's more content was being kind of consumed because people didn't have. Listen. But like, yo, cream rises to the top. That's why I always feel.
COVID made you do one or two things: be really scared and be afraid of what you could do, or made you really look at life like, yo, I gotta go get it.
Yep.
Like I don't live my life in fear. I just never. I'm a wild card. I'm one of those guys that I try things and then when it don't work out, I'm like, yo, at least I went for it. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was on the opposite of that.
I always feel good like that. Like even when I was in the game, whatever. So boom, I'm married man now. But if I won 30%, and and I hollered at 10 joints, and I got 3 out of 10. That was a great night.
You a Hall of Famer in baseball, boy.
I'm a great night.
300.
But some people don't want to. Some people don't want to go 3 for 10. Some people don't want to hear that it was over, so they don't go after me.
That's me.
I'm a roll of dice kind of dude. So I was like, yo, 4 for 10 for night. I did great. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes be like, nah, I'm good.
You made a great point.
So I always been a wild card. Even with me, like I'm the type of dude. I'm like. I just go out. He'll tell you. He'll be like, yo, you a wild boy. I'm like, listen, man, I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good mentality,
They gotta wait. They gotta wait. This thing I'm doing right now, it gotta go. You know what I mean? He's the safer one.
No, but
me, I'm more like.
No, but that's why I said I'm a coach now. I got the skills. I can't use the skills.
The right? One. If like, I went 3 for 10 is a solid.
My 3 for 10 is strong, especially if the three is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sometimes a dude.
Little infield hit.
Even if 3 for 10, but 2 of them was solid. The other one was a. You know what? You know what I mean. You had a great night.
I'm past 3 for 10 is too clean. I'm past that. I'm on some Kobe Bryant last game. Remember, you know how many shots Kobe took to get that 60?
50
you
shots.
Kobe cared? Yo, Kobe had 52 shots to get that 60.
Nobody cares. Kobe had 60.
Nobody cared, right? Because at the end of the day, you caught that 60.
Yeah, 60.
That's how it gotta be.
Same thing with AI.
Think about it. You could meet a shorty on the street today and then find out in a month she died from COVID, yo. Shoot your shot. Try to bag Ashanti if you can. Try to bag Rihanna. What do you gotta lose?
But save guys ain't on it like that. You know what I mean? I always been a roll of dice kind of dude. That's how I don't live my life in fear. When you live life in fear, sometimes you put yourself behind in a lot of things. Finances, women, people knowing your character. Some people want to put you on just because they like, yo, I like your energy. Mm-hmm. You ever met somebody, you know what I mean? Like y'all connected, like just damn, his energy is different because he's not afraid, and that's what it is. I try to surround my people around those people because they'll make you level up, even if they're younger. Even if they're younger,
that happens with women too. Like I said. I kid you not, every kill was a negotiation, B. Every kill was a negotiation. I've never had a kill where it was just like they saw me and they was like, they're going to give me the box. It always been a negotiation kind of process. Some of you dudes don't have that. So you got to have that skill. So let's move on to the last topic, to sponsor or to not to sponsor. And if anybody know Hood Talk, the sponsors, like you're not necessarily a trick, but you taking care of a shorty. You her sponsor and stuff like that. And the reason why I brought it up because Deshaun Watson, a famous NFL player, one of the best quarterbacks. He's going to do it.
Yeah, he's going
to do it. Because, first he made it seem like it was false allegations of the 22 women accusing him. Now he's just like, I did have some sexual contact with some of the women, but not all of these women. Once you said some, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Game match. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing about it is like, when your bag is that long, right? You got to treat everything in your life as a business.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He moved too sloppy, man.
He moved too sloppy. Like to hear. And the thing about it was his reputation was squeaky clean before that. He was borderline choir boy.
Tiger Woods was clean too. But the thing about it is this. So we're talking. Listen,
Tiger's still good because Tiger don't have that. Let me tell you what Tiger mistake was. Tiger was catching all these bodies as a married man and stuff like. Deshaun is out here with no ties to anybody. But go ahead, finish.
What I'm saying is the whole situation about you saying if people are tricking and stuff, like the way he went about it.
No, I'm saying his shit was reckless. The number of you meeting a massage person, smashing and shit like that.
You know what it is? He's young. He's an athlete. These dudes start thinking they're invincible. They don't have to abide by the code.
Yeah.
When you a civilian or you live day to day, you can't just be doing this, whatever. Too. When you're an athlete, whatever, too, boom, and you're a single, whatever, so get your bodies, but keep 2 or 3 in the pocket. That's
what I'm saying.
2 or 3 in the pocket. More than 2. Anytime you get more than 3. Now the game become different.
I'm only pausing you because that's part of the conversation. So we need you to add that expertise when we
get there.
So first question: Deshaun Foster has 22 women accusing him of sexual assault. Does it make sense for celebs to have paid regional jump-offs who sign contracts? Like you said, 2 or 3 in the game.
That's happening.
Yes,
but
NDAs.
Does it make so? What's your take on that?
I mean, if you moving like that, you got to be careful. I mean, it also depends on how big your profile is.
Yeah.
If you an athlete making hundreds of $1 million, you shouldn't be securing women off Instagram.
It can't be random.
No.
It can't be. Like, go get a pro. You know what I mean? Like if you got to get your shit off. That's how I feel, because I feel like you a target. At what point do you feel like you a mark? Like, to me, it felt like he was invincible, like you said.
Yeah.
You securing, but he went the massage route, so it was different. He was going after professionals.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you ask
not going
for
after, I don't want to say going after. That shit sound.
Nah, but when you ask for a little more than the happy endings and stuff like that, and then you get in the like, yo, my thing about it is the worst.
He wasn't up front either. That's a problem.
Yeah, so my thing about it is just like, yo, I always say I don't understand why people risk so much to just get to, to those kind of situations where it's just like, you have so much to lose, when it's just like, yo, you such and such, you could get them lined up, signing paperwork and shit like that. Dudes feel, like you said, feel invincible and they get sloppy, they get lazy. Yo, the work ethic it took for you to be Deshaun Watson, that's hours of practice, hours of putting in the extra shit like that. Why throw it all away? You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, listen, and also you gotta keep the right people around you. You gotta listen to the one or two people, regardless of what you can make. You can make $1 million, whatever. Too, you can make $1 billion, whatever. Too. When you're an athlete like that, you gotta have somebody that sit you down and say, "Listen, man, things are good." Yeah, you keep 2 or 3. Keep 2 or 3. If you sing, keep 2 or 3. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But stay consistent and let them know the guidelines of what it is.
That's it.
If they can't handle that, then you don't even need to go that route.
You move on.
Because what happens is the problem with him is it was coming so much at one time. He didn't know how to tell the truth.
First of all,
whatever. And I'm not speaking for him because I don't know the gentleman. I wasn't there, and I don't want to discredit any of the women that said that things that happened to him.
He lost track of who he dealt with.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
it was coming. It was coming. No, but listen, and I'm listen. I wasn't no superstar athlete or whatever in college, whatever too. But in high school, when it's coming after you, in high school I got it in crazy.
Talk your shit.
Well, yeah. But when it's coming after you. At a certain amount of time, you're not counting your body counts and all this whatever too. So what I'm trying to say is, he's living a life of, he actually think he's invincible. So he don't think that none of this is gonna come back to him. But if you keep 2 or 3 in the pocket, you could manage. You ain't gotta worry about that.
You could even have them regionally planned, like, I'm gonna be in Miami.
Yes,
my favorite cities. Had them lined up and stuff like yo, you a business.
That's
you
a thing,
brand.
And no disrespect, I'm not gonna say LeBron is a cheater. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit there and discredit people.
Listen. First, before you even say that, no LeBron slander will be tolerated.
I'm not gonna say that. What I'm gonna say, I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna excuse him as a cheater, and I'm not gonna put it out there like that. But what I'm saying is, when you get to a certain level where you want to build something after football, basketball, whatever, you building a brand, whatever. You gotta keep an image. You gotta keep a team that keeps everything in line. Whether you want to have side chicks, whether you want to do this, whether you would do this, there's no longer I can keep everybody outside. Everybody's in your life 24/7 right now, so you can't. There's no room for errors.
There's no. And celebrities. Some people are on point. Like when you go to
Tom Brady's house, you can't bring no phones in.
That's where I was going with.
You see what I'm saying?
That phone.
Yeah, listen, you got that phone. You're not even invited to the crib. Because he don't want listen. He's like, listen, at the football and whatever.
I don't even want you to see me drunk. Like when niggas see Tom Brady twisted, that's the first time we seen him like that.
And the man that won 7 rings. He's been twisted. He been that dude.
Of course. Slip up, Paul Pierce.
But he know that TB12 is a brand. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up.
Slip up,
that's
Paul
another
Pierce.
situation.
You see what I'm saying? You see some dudes start feeling themselves so much they don't have the understanding.
Paul Pierce shot himself though. That was a self-inflicted wound. It wasn't like somebody leaked this shit.
What I'm saying with Young Boy is he got. Listen, first of all, where's his team? Yeah. Sometimes you got to keep stuff in the pocket. Where's his team? This is where somebody got to step in and say, listen, this is a bad situation, but now we got to make sure that we got the right people around him.
Not only that.
On the flip side, before we even get in, the flip side, think about how difficult it could be to be in that position to be on somebody's team. Like, think about where you came from and how much power they have as far as you living a certain lifestyle. A lot of guys fold under that pressure and just become yes men just because they don't want to be sent home, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
but my thing about it is, I gotta be screening them. I gotta be screening them to the point where it's just like, yo, if that happened to Deshaun, it was Maul's fault. because Marv didn't do the right screening and shit like that. But his process, there's no process.
Yeah. He just
Wild West type shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But and then the crazy thing about it is he was the man in college too. I don't know.
He been the man, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like this might be some kind of fetish or whatever.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It might be some kind of fetish or whatever.
That's
so
what
I'm
is.
saying is, when you got that, is where's the team? You got to keep people around you because now your brain can't
not
talk. Your
functioning
brain,
normally.
Like if we're doing this podcast,
it's an addiction, bro.
If we're doing this podcast today, and tomorrow we get a contract for $150 million. Who's to say that we're going to be the same people? You might not be able to reach us through that. Not saying that we're going to change up, but when stuff come involved, you don't know how the brain is going to function. Where is the team? You got to keep people. One thing about it is, I'm a grown man with my own family, whatever. I listen to all my older brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. If they tell me ain't it, I might still go here, but I'm like, nah, I'm listening to them. They ain't never steered me wrong all my life, and he could tell you that's the truth. When my brothers and sisters give it to me, and I got my own shit. I don't need to be whatever. I listen to them because I have
That's
a team.
because you're grounded.
But I got people that keep me. I keep good people around me that's gonna tell me what I need to know. Where's his team? That's where the fail is. He's out here running loose. Like right now, he needs to see a therapist because now he went from all these endorsements to now he be like, damn. It's all going. He could be on what we call in jail suicide watch. Yeah. You never know, and that's just how you be like, damn, this dude had $200 million. How the hell he killed himself?
I don't care what kind of change he makes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's never gonna be the same.
Yeah, like
you can't ungrease boy yourself. Like Tiger Woods still getting that bag, but that bag has completely changed.
Look, no disrespect, and God rest his soul. Kobe Bryant had to score 81 points. To get him. And the stigma still
was throwing shit.
Yeah.
When he died that day, they was throwing mud at his name.
What I'm trying to say is, especially when you're
in the ground, you're throwing mud at his name.
That's what people do, though.
When you're a minority and you get to that kind of level, you gotta be careful. I would never talk trash about LeBron James over everything that's for the community.
Leave LeBron alone.
No, he about to big him up. He about to big him up. Chill. I seen it.
18 years clean. You ain't never hear him. No other girl come out. You ain't never hear the disrespect.
Nothing, bro.
The outside baby.
Nothing.
He has this, whatever, too. The only thing he has dealt with is people criticizing. This is how great of a man he is because they can't find nothing wrong. When they can't find nothing wrong on you, they're like, "Damn, what's going on?"
He's on the career.
His finals.
But this right here, you got to build a team around a PR team that take care of everything.
So let me ask you the next question: would you be willing to have a paid situation if you were single, high net worth? Like, yo, I only deal with women that I pay and have a high structure with until you're ready to settle down.
Even that's risky because you never know the intentions of the paid,
the extortion.
Right. Like if you an escort type dude and you only deal with this one escort service, they kind of got leverage on you now because that's not something that anybody is
promoting.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, they could try to extort you, like he said, like, yo, listen, give me XYZ or I'm leaking this shit.
All this coming out, and all of them willing to tell their story.
You know what I mean? They got that shit for regular people too. I don't know, just
like Ashley Madison. Remember there was a big leak at Ashley Madison website with mad dudes' lives got wrecked.
Yo,
the website with their whole motto was like, "Yo, we keep your shit a secret," and this shit got leaked.
Yeah.
Yo, at this point, it's tough to keep shit a secret.
At this point, when you are a high profile athlete like
own your shit, bro. That's the name of the game.
Single, whatever, or even if you listen, I'm not trying to. Even if you're married, high profile athlete, whatever, you gotta have that discussion with your lady. You know what I'm saying? And let her know what it is. If you feel like the pressure's too deep, she got to understand what's going on. I'm not saying this right.
But look what's happening with T.I. and Tiny. Now they consider predators because they did that open shit.
But you know court of public opinion.
First of all, no bash. I met T.I. at Summer Jam, backstage, whatever, too. And that's one of my favorite. T.I. is the most shittiest nigga ever in history. And I'm saying this on the podcast. And I love T.I. Shittiest nigga. When I'm telling you, a shitty dude, personality is
take that man head off.
I had to. Personality is garbage, and I didn't even. I'm not a swagger. I'm not one of those. I'm not a fan club dude. Even if you whatever too. But the way he was turning down people, even if you're going through stuff, they don't come to an event like that. Don't come to an event like that. Sometimes, you know why I respect Kawhi Leonard?
Why because Kawhi,
no, I had to. Kawhi Leonard is a typical guy that says, "Listen, I don't want you in my life, and please stay out of it. And I'm not going to do anything, whatever." Too, I can respect that because he's telling you, "Listen, man, I'm not into all this weirdo stuff y'all into. Like, what's going on? Y'all want the bright lights?" But T.I. is straight garbage. Damn. I'm telling you, man, he's a character.
So let me ask this.
Shout out to T.I.
This last question on this. Like, do you think between all the shit we got going on, you got COVID kind of craziness, not knowing what people going on, you got, the allegations of like, you never know when you're going to be set up and things of that nature, and just divorce, at this point, I think divorce is even higher than 50-50. It used to be 50-50, now they're saying it's higher. Your relationship is more likely to end up divorce than for you to keep rocking. So there's a two-part question. Like, do you think it's going to make people feel like, what do I gain from being married? And another thing is just like, do you think it's just even a situation where it's just like, F it, man, I just need to be like, a one-woman man and just keep it clean.
But what you saying in terms of?
In terms is how most men should, like, do you think all of this, all the risks, all the negatives that come to it, you think it's going to make men just be like, I'm just going to rock out more and just be a one-woman man and just hold it down? Or do you think it's just going to be like,
free for
all? Just like, why even be in a relationship? Why even be locked down? You know what I'm saying?
I think people are going to continue to play both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you want the stability, but at the same time, dudes is trying to be active too.
Like my man Kevin Samuels, the guy who just always like, you dusty, you think you're a six, but you're a four. But when you listen to guys like that, it makes me feel like, why am I even gonna be in a relationship for? You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, it's tough because we're already married men and stuff like that. You're an unmarried man, things like that. Like, what are the pros to you to be in a lockdown situation, and what are the cons as far as like, do you ever think about like, do I need to be locked down in these streets, or do I just need to be doing my own thing?
I mean, it all depends on what your lifestyle is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're somebody that's moving around constantly, you're not really stable nowhere yourself.
Yeah.
Then it don't make no sense to kind of try to get a stable relationship because it's not. It may not work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But if you regular dude, like, why not have a relationship with stability, somebody you can count on, and it's subjective. It all depends on who you are, what kind of lifestyle you live.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think like he's saying, speaking back what Mike's saying, I think it's gonna be the same. Like, some dudes is gonna want still stability and be in a relationship, but some dudes are gonna say, you know what, I'd rather just not deal with anything. Now I don't have to answer. Some people don't like to answer to people.
Yeah.
The hardest thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you about being married, is to answer somebody. Like, I don't feel obligation when I want to do something. I have to tell you when I got my own thing going on. But when you married, you got to be sensitive to the other person's feelings. So now I gotta be like, even as a married man, I'm like, babe, I'm gonna be at the podcast from 4:30 to 6:30, and then I'm gonna do this with her. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit right to me that I have to explain myself
as a grown man
while I'm going outside. Yeah. But as a married man, as respectful, I still gotta let her know where I'm going.
That's not even a married thing. That's a relationship.
Yeah,
that's a solid relationship.
But what I'm saying is a lot of times when it comes to guy aspects, we don't want to answer to nobody. So if you don't want to answer nobody, the commitment thing, you got to evaluate what you're trying to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's a fact. If I could just end that conversation, it's sort of like, it's tough to give up so much of your freedom and your independence and things of that nature. It's like, I just feel like you really gotta, if you're gonna lock it down, like, really be ready to lock it down. I think the biggest mistake married men make, men in relationships, is just like, not being ready. Like, don't jump into a relationship that you don't want to. A lot of times men jump into a relationship because they don't want to lose someone. That's not the reason why.
Well, because they're pressured.
And then a lot of times men jump into relationships because, sometimes it be the wingman that he in a relationship and he's like, damn, I gotta find somebody.
Yeah, right.
Dudes be doing
pressure.
Like, when if you a circle of 6 and 4 out of 6 is on a relationship, and then the other dude, he always been that way, whatever too. You eventually gonna be like, I need to find somebody, instead of just having your own brain to be like, you know what, when the time is right, the time is right. Everybody ain't meant to be married.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. You know what
I mean, past the pandemic, people putting in real time, real lock-in time with their spouse, you kind of realize like, is this someone I want to be around with or not?
The pandemic let me know a lot about life in general.
So the worst thing to do is like force yourself in force yourself into a contract you don't really need to be in. You know what I'm saying?
Contract. Keyword contract. That's what marriage is.
Marriage is a contract. Relationships are a contract.
Tax break.
It's tough. It's tough.
To be honest with you, summertime is for you to enjoy your inner thought and your best thought life. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm looking forward to this summer personally, man.
Yeah. So don't let COVID scare you. Still continue to be a thought, but at the same time, don't be a victim into a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, playing your game out, man. Don't be Deshaun Watson just spreading it out here crazy. Like,
y'all burying
my man,
niggas.
he didn't have a game plan. My mistake is he didn't have a game plan.
Listen.
It got to be a rhyme, a reason, a logic to how you move.
If you're a person, please get the right people around you. Get a team that makes sure you straight, because at the end of the day, it's sad because he was doing so much great things on the field. And off the field, I don't want to make the women feel like, you know, nothing. But, you know, get the right people around you, because you don't know who's who these days. You know what I mean? Your own cousin could be setting this up for.
Look, Kanye West's cousin stole the laptop, sold it back to him for $250,000. Kanye had videos with joints and stuff like
Real
that.
Friends.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a Real Friends reference.
It's her own cousin.
That's a Real Friends reference for the followers.
You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? So,
it's real talk. It be your own mans that do that sometimes.
It's scary out
Shit,
here.
look, paid in full. Wasn't it the uncle who kidnapped his little brother?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm small time as hell, right? But listen, I used to be a private dude. Like, I ain't really post like how I post.
Yeah.
But since I've been posting a lot, I'm trying to do something. I get a lot more followers. I'm not gonna front, man. I'll be like, yo, a lot more people in my DMs now.
Yeah.
Should you like really engage with everybody? Like, you know what I mean? So you just gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful.
So when you approaching
cautious
that PF title, that public figure, man, it comes with it. The only thing that's better than money this day and age is attention.
Attention is
right, because money, people could
clout, right? That's what kids say,
right? Because you can flip attention in so many different ways. Like money, sometimes money come, money go, and shit like that. Like when you have that attention, that public eye, like Kim Kardashian will never be broke.
Oh no.
Because the attention will never let be broke. So her bag
attention
is this
gone
way.
Is money.
Yeah,
if you got attention, you can make money.
That close up, it's a new bag. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna have to wrap up. The episode was another great episode. Good talking to my man, Regular Mike.
I appreciate y'all.
99.
We definitely gotta have you do other episodes in the future and continue to bless us. Continue good luck with what you got
appreciate
going on.
Y'all, man.
Drive my man Regular Mike numbers up to where he.
Y'all gotta get to that 2K. You heard? I got about 90 heads. Pause.
Yeah, where he embraced that public figure name. You know what I'm saying? Forget 2K. Get my man to 20K, 200K. Let's run those numbers up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
Yeah. So you want to give out any shout outs before we wrap up?
Yo, I want to give a shout out to everybody who DMs me news stories and shit. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody's engagement and everybody's interest.
Do they be wanting you to do reaction videos and stuff?
I mean, yeah, look,
people suggest
stuff. You know what I mean? And I take it as a compliment. Like, you fuck with me. You want me to talk on, you know what I mean? But sometimes it can be a little bit of pressure
hard,
too.
Boy. I even before you came on, I was like, yo, he is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Nah, keep up the great work, man.
Yeah, I plan to, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to a big summer, man.
Nice.
Shout out to Snowfall. They killed my boy Man Boy on the last episode.
Spoiler alert.
Listen, man. Why? Shout out to Snowfall. That is the best show on TV. Franklin Saint.
I've only watched one episode, yo.
Franklin Saint keeping it trail. But listen,
I'm more of a like Disney.
Shout out to everybody who's working hard and staying safe through the pandemic. Shout out to Regular Mike for coming through, blessing us, whatever. It's one of his videos went viral. He didn't even plug that on the show.
Yeah, 3 million views.
Let him know. Shout out to everything.
That was a meme, man.
Nah, it went viral.
My face wasn't in it.
Shout out.
But your creativity made it happen.
Shout out to everybody. Just keep pushing and working hard.
Yeah. And if I could wrap it up, like I said, Open Shirt Poppy, we'll see you next show.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody who support us. And like I said, this is a pandemic, but at the same time, it's like, yo, use this time out to come out of it your best person. So if you felt like you was a C thought, be an A thought when the pandemic ends.
This guy's a thought behavior.
No, but if like for real, it's just like, yo, go out there and take chances and stuff like that. Like, I came back from a weekend, I said, I need to put out more content. I need more content for Views from the Friends out there. I just started putting out videos. Some of the shits people were liking, some shits fall flat. But like, yo, you got to put out your content. You got to grow your brand. You got to grow your voice. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's just like, yo, it's so many celebrities who are doing certain things in that nature, and they don't let themselves be put in a box. You as an individual, don't let yourself be put in a box. There's a million different ways to make money, million different ways to make exposure, and keep doing that. And we out. Peace. Views from the friend zone.
Yo. Views from the friend zone. It's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine. Views from the friend zone. It's your time. We giving you real talk, so stay on your grind. We just trying to laugh and have a good time. We dropping them jewels so that all our people can shine.